Hello, everyone, and welcome to our newest project, Wisdoms of Wellness, or WOW for short. During this segment, our goal is to have conversations with one another about some common topics that closely relate to mental wellness and taking care of ourselves and our families. Today's focus will be on navigating relationships. Hi, I'm Becca.
And I'm Tana.
And today we get to talk about relationships.
Oh, yay.
The good, the bad, the ugly, all of
and
that.
all of the in between.
And all of the in between.
Yeah.
So we know during this time of year, we're wrapping up or we're getting to holidays, right? And there's a lot of people that we're around usually. Some of those, again, good, bad,
Sure,
unknown.
Yeah.
So today we get to talk about the romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships. So first off, why do we need relationships to begin with?
That's the age-old question, right? So I think that we're built to be connected with people, right? So we're built to have connections, create those connections, and then be in relationships with people.
Right.
And that can be tricky,
right,
a lot of the time.
So how do you, for those, and I know most of us know how to do that, but sometimes it's hard as adults of making those connections or building those friendships. So what are some of the tricks of the trade of how to build relationships or develop relationships?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think when we're younger, it kind of just happens naturally. We're around,
we're in school,
we're around kids. We're, we're teenagers. We're again in school, sports, whatever. So we build those natural kind of connections. And when we grow up, we have the workplace, and we have maybe some social situations, or maybe we don't, and so it's kind of different. So we can develop friendships. Turns out it's the same way we do it when we're younger. So we just have to talk with people, just start a conversation. That can be the beginning of something wonderful. And really, for those of us who like to converse with others, that's easier. Right. If we're someone who likes to maybe keep to ourselves a little bit, maybe we're more introverted and we don't just put ourselves out there all the time, then it can be a little more challenging. But really what we want to do is just talk with folks, smile, and when you do talk with one another, you can come up with different things that you might be interested in, some similarities that you have with one another. And then ideally, the conversation will just develop from there. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right. We don't have to be in a relationship or form a friendship with everybody we come into contact with. Yes. Because, sometimes there's just a natural kind of connection with someone. And I don't think we can necessarily explain that. I think it just is sometimes there and it's sometimes not. You click with people. Yeah. 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 But it's hard to not take it personally. I know for myself, because I want to be everybody's friend. Yeah. I want to engage with everyone. And if we don't connect, I feel like it's my fault. Something I am inept at, I'm not good enough. It's all those thoughts that kind of plague me. So what does a good relationship look like? Like the green flags of a friendship, romantic relationship, what do we usually see? Good. Yeah. I think the green flags are when we're with somebody, whether it's friendship or a romantic relationship, that we can be ourselves, where it's safe enough to just be who we are. And that's enough. Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly. We can just be uniquely us, and we don't feel like we have to change ourselves to fit whatever that other person expects. Their perspective of who we should be. Yeah, we can just be ourselves. Yeah. And, you want to look for somebody who has those traits that you view as important. For some folks, humor is a must. Yeah. If you're going to be my friend, you should probably be a little sarcastic. There's just lots of, different little quirks that we all have, that things are important to us. And so we look for people who value those traits too. Not that we want to be in a relationship always with someone who's exactly like us. That would be boring. That would be. But so you kind of just look for someone who also compliments you. So if I'm a little more animated or higher strung, then sometimes it might be better for me to find folks who kind of keep me a little more
even keel, yeah,
calmer, or less because sometimes that can be a lot.
Yeah.
So, but I think those are the things you look for in a successful kind of relationship. Just people who are good for you.
Yeah. Or healthy, who
make you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Who you also can bring out the best in them. Just kind of give and take. Yeah. And it's good.
And we've talked about this just biologically, when we have those good relationships, friendships, relationships, it helps calm a lot of that anxiety, depression, stress, because we feed off of that energy when it's safe.
Right.
So on the opposing side, what would be some of the red flags that we would need to be wary of? And again, not just in romantic relationships, but in friendships too. What are those warning signs of, maybe this is not good for me to be around this person?
Yeah, like maybe it's detrimental to me, right? So those are things I would look for if that person makes you feel not so great about yourself. If what they're telling you is hurtful to you. Or, if they don't respect whatever boundaries you have. If they start to seem more controlling, or they want to know, too much about where you're spending all your time, or, just trying to kind of take control over things that you really got a handle on.
Yeah.
You don't need people to know all the things.
Yes.
But also if somebody tries to isolate you from your friends, your other friends, or your family, like they just feel like they need to be with you all the time and they don't honor your connections with other people, I think those are some things that you need to kind of keep in mind with. Maybe that's not the most healthy connection for me to have.
Yeah.
So, and it's hard to know what to do when that happens.
Right.
But I think it's also okay to voice those things to the other person. And depending on how they respond, then that kind of gives you some information on where you go from there.
Right. And it's hard, especially because I know as we grow and we change throughout our lives, is sometimes our personalities change. And it could have been a relationship that was really strong and beautiful and amazing. But now, every time I hang out with this friend, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I feel like I am, it just feels like it drains me every time I hang out with them. Yeah. And that's not healthy either.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But that's really important to think about, because if you feel more drained or more tired or just, after you've been with somebody, that's a pretty good sign that something is off. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that means that you guys need to have a discussion and talk about things. Right. Sometimes it can mean maybe you have changed. Maybe you've both kind of changed. You're at a different season in your life or something. And that it's okay to realize that we all change. We've talked before in these conversations that change is just going to happen. And so it doesn't mean that we don't still care about that person or that we don't value the times that we've had, but it can mean that maybe our friendship moving forward looks different. Yeah. Or, maybe we don't really talk as much, and that's okay. Yeah. Some people, I think, we're here for like the long haul. Yes. And then others it's been wonderful, and I've valued so much of what you've given me. And now things are a little bit different because I'm different, or I'm at a different spot in life. So we all have to go do our own things, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we're really fortunate that we can have people sprinkled within different parts of our life, and we can have love for all of those folks. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know in Mel Robbins' book, The Let Them Theory, she talks about that, of almost, as she describes it, as a great scattering. Ooh, there's going to be different stages in our life. We will have different friendships, different romantic relationships, and that's nothing personal towards you or towards them.
Right.
It's the changes that happen. It's the ebbs and flows of relationships, and to honor that time you got to spend with that person.
Yes.
But now that you're at a different stage, whether you get married, you graduate high school, college, have kids, your kids have kids, like it's there's a lot of changes that happen, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And to learn to go with that, embrace that change, and also know that you're going to develop new relationships in that new change, in that new area or time in your life. And
and that's okay.
And
it's exciting.
Yes.
I mean, when you think about all of the people on this earth, right? Mm-hmm. And then you think of all the people just within your sphere of influence. And so being open to meeting new people, learning about new folks, and embracing the change, like you said, I think when we're able to do that, we're able to then create more meaningful connections, more healthy relationships. And I think ultimately that's what we all strive for.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And well, thank you so much. I love talking about relationships and everything else with you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
It's time to wrap up for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please remember that Empac is here as your employee assistance provider, and all of us here are dedicated to our mission, which is believing that healthy, well-balanced people make thriving companies and strong communities. By leading with service, compassion, and partnership, we want to invite you to contact us to learn more and to get ready to thrive.